Wyverns and Weirdos Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed campaign, and as such contains dark themes, including descriptions of gore, violence, and other features intrinsic to the gothic horror genre. Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos Does Curse of Strahd. I am your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me as always is Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, Mitch, playing Designation 42 Exley, and Johanna, playing Fall. Let's jump into it. So, where we last left off, the party were making their way to the Amber Temple with, what were their names? With Casimir and Esmeralda, trying to seek one of the artifacts of Strahd, as well as something that Casimir wanted there. Along the way, they managed to avoid any real danger that could have been avoided until they reached the Salenka Pass, where met with a wall of fire and no way to get rid of it. They found themselves having to walk through fire. Everyone took some damage, took some time to do some healing, and that was where we left off. So, what would people like to do? There is still some more pass left, but there's no real obstructions that you can see until you get to the Western Arch. Is there anything you're doing before reaching that point?
Oh, no. Conrad takes the flask of water out of his, bag. Because he's carrying all his bags now, just, throws it over his face. And then kind of, shakes his hair out kind of thing. Because he got burned very badly. Luckily, he wears gloves and stuff like that. But, yeah.
Okay.
Then he'll just stride on was, very grumpily as we continue along.
All right.
Yeah, so Exley is kind of keeping an eye out from pretty much the start of this pass onwards. He's keeping an eye out for any sort of danger, any sort of, issues, anything out of the ordinary. More out of the ordinary.
Okay. So, the snowy pass comes to a gorge spanned by a stone bridge. At each end of the bridge is a 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arch. Atop each one of those are two statues of armored knights on horseback with lances, charging toward one another. The wind bites and howls like wolves as it passes through the gorge. Unlike the other one, this is open and leads through to a stone bridge. Low walls that enclose the stone bridge have fallen away in a couple of places, but the bridges appear intact. A black cloaked rider on a charcoal-coloured horse guards the middle of the bridge.
So Conrad's just storming ahead and he kind of just stops a safe distance away and then just looks back to is everyone else behind? Is everyone else coming as well? Someone up ahead.
Come on.
What do you think he wants?
Everyone roll me a perception check.
It is Barovia, so there's usually only one thing.
I assume there's some sort of price to cross the bridge.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
15.
Only 11 for Conrad.
25.
Oh, false is
21.
everything.
And 19 for Exley.
Okay. Fall. You notice that this rider seems to bear a resemblance to Strahd.
Fall just peering intently and then just hastily like stumbles several steps backwards, tries to pull everyone back with them.
What's got with you?
What?
That's Strahd. That's Strahd up ahead.
What?
I'd recognize. If anywhere, that's definitely Strahd or someone who looks a lot like him.
That's not good. That's quite not good.
That's unfortunate.
It's very, very quite not good.
It's very bad.
Why is he not attacking?
Probably biding his time.
Sizing us up, deciding who looks the tastiest at the moment, probably.
Why would he be on a horse?
Could it be an illusion or something? Something similar to what happened before with the fire? Some sort of magic protecting the path. Yes?
Possibly.
It's possible. As for why it would be riding a horse, Strahd's prized steed, Bocephalus, was
Good name.
is known to many Barovians.
Of course he'd have a good horse.
Does
Okay.
Bocephalus look like that?
In the past, maybe.
In the past?
These days, he probably a little more nightmarish. You know what I'm referring to. Sevia, roll me an Arcana check. Or religion. Anyone else can roll me an Arcana or religion too, but
I'm not going to bother.
I feel like
No, I
Sevia is
won't.
most likely.
Oh goodness. That's a 10.
10.
Love that I have +0 for religion.
That fits.
24.
Okay. So Beatrice, you are aware of nightmares
Seeker's going to be so mad.
as creatures,
Creatures know some a practical thing, I guess.
which
The
are
travels.
known, also sometimes called demon horses or hell horses. They are known to be steeds typically serving exceptional evil, such as demons, devils, death knights, liches, hags, and other vile monsters.
I need one.
The idea that Strahd has a nightmare as his steed suggests just how evil he might be.
Yeah. Beatrice relays this information to the rest of the group as to what a nightmare is.
Okay. So,
Fascinating.
a better horse.
It's a horse with flames for a tail and mane.
Oh,
A
can you see
demon
that
horse.
fall? Could
I
you
don't-
see flames?
No.
Had a bit of enough of flames lately,
Quite.
but Strahd more so.
Well,
Right, so
is there a way to maybe check if it is Strahd?
Probably best way would be to provoke him, and then if he attacks, we attack him. And if it is not Strahd, then we wander past, I suppose. Either way, he's probably going to come and try to bite us or maim us, regardless.
Casimir, you seem to have more of an idea of what everything entails. What do you think of the situation?
I am unaware of what this could be, whether it be a trick or defense or actually Strahd.
I could work out if it was an illusion or magic, but it'd take me 11 minutes. I'm not sure we have that time.
What if Beatrice throws rock?
That could work. That could work. We'll make sure everyone prepares their weapons beforehand.
I could send one of my friends over instead.
That is a capital idea,
That
42.
is true.
6, and I call out to one of the skeletons. I suppose they're all skeletons now, aren't they?
Yeah.
they're all-
I call out to one of the skeletons, and I instruct him to walk up to the creature.
Okay. Nothing happens as just approaching the rider.
Well, so far so good. Does not seem to be reacting at all, which does not really seem on par with Strahd.
What's the catch, though?
I ask 6 to poke the rider.
You watch as the skeleton pokes the rider, and in that moment, the rider and horse disperse into ash, blowing in the wind.
Oh, good.
Well,
Is that a
Okay.
preparation to attack Xavier?
if it is his strategy, it's a rather strange one of not attacking at all and then vanishing suddenly.
Yes. Normally turns into a bat if he's going to get away.
Yes, and I haven't heard
Or a
of
mist.
The mist. Oh, wonderful. Good.
But
Not
I haven't-
Ash.
not ash, no.
I haven't heard of the most I have to work off is stories, but vampires don't often stand on the middle of bridges. In fact, depending on the stories, they don't even cross running water. So
Well, might be time to go and survey the structural integrity of the bridge. Who's coming?
I will come.
Good. 42.
Perhaps it might be best if I wait until last.
True.
I happen to be quite large.
Yes, that may be a problem. We may need to change. Excellent. Fall, then. You are nimble on your feet.
Certainly. So we're just seeing if it will hold our weight.
Yes, and Connor draws his rapier and strides towards the bridge.
Yeah.
Just follow.
I call 6 back as well.
I'm just gonna say, Conrad, roll me an intelligence check to
that's not a good sign.
with advantage from the assistance of Beatrice and Fall to gauge the structural stability of the bridge.
Okay, so it's a 16.
16, yeah. So there's parts where it's kind of broken off in places, and there's some places that are a bit slippery, but it's a stone bridge at the end of the day. Like, it seems like it would be safe to cross.
Okay.
And it's 10 foot wide, 90 foot long, so there's definitely space enough for everyone to be
And no other
dispersed.
signs of any spooky things or traps.
Roll me a perception check.
And I'll say, while Connor is doing that, he is stepping onto the bridge now to check for traps.
True.
He won't know because I rolled a nat 1, so I'm not going to bother to add that onto there. Oh, actually, okay, perception. So it's a 7.
7.
But it's a nat 1.
Yeah, nothing of note.
Well, seems sound. Okay, 42, Xavier, you can come closer now.
okay. Xavier comes. She also looks back at Casimir and Esmeralda, where they are probably watching all of us do this. It's a bridge and just following behind us.
Yeah, they certainly follow on.
Yeah.
No traps as far as we can see.
No. Shall I suggest Fall and myself should go across first? Beatrice, you are quite nimble, but also Fall and I have longer legs.
Yeah.
All right then.
And Cora kind of like okay, we'll run across, yes?
Yes.
All right. we do that.
My word,
So
they
you-
are quite fast.
So you're running across.
Yeah, Tommy looks. Yeah, well, Conrad is.
Can I get each of you to roll me just an acrobatics check
Okay.
or an athletics check? Yeah, like roller's
Better?
choice.
All right.
Roller's choice. 22.
Yeah, and taking acrobatics plus a +4, I rolled a 16, so non-nat 20.
Okay, yeah. So you get across the bridge just fine.
That's so we don't slip.
Yeah, because you're running across. There's always
It's
a chance. Just if you had rolled terribly, you would have slipped.
So I guess for the people observing, we might slip, but both of us are quite good at correcting ourselves as we do.
Yeah.
And then I guess that once we get to the other end, Conrad is out of breath but looks quite pleased with himself as he turns to Flo. It's like, excellent, good job.
Yeah.
It's fine, come across, everyone.
Yeah. Esmeralda. Beatrice.
Beatrice will turn to Xavier and say, perhaps you should take it slow.
Oh, I wasn't going to run, but let them have their fun. Of course.
There.
Walking
Picks up
along
little
bridge.
skirts and walks along the bridge.
Picks up a little... many backpacks and a little book and no, she's sticking with like she's just walking. She's not running, but she's still sticking with like Exley and Beatrice and not praying too
Exley
far.
is going last.
Beatrice is following behind.
That's right.
Xavier.
Okay. And
Esmeralda
then Esmeralda and then Casimir will be behind them, and then as Exley has said, last.
And his friends, I guess.
Yeah, my friends I send along in front, and then I go once they're across.
Now, at the other end of the bridge is another arch. One of the statues atop this arch has crumbled, leaving only the hindquarters of a horse intact. The mountain pass continues beyond.
Lots of horse architecture here. Very fun to see after we've lost the majority of our transport.
Yes, and there doesn't seem to be a real, I'm not sure why I'm surprised there isn't a more substantial, infrastructure network in Barovia, but no one seems to be looking after these old buildings. They are stone, they need maintenance.
I suppose when you're fighting to just live every day, architecture maybe fall to the wayside.
Well, I know, but you think Strahd would like things to look nice?
Yes,
Certainly obsessed with his own look.
Suggests to me that Strahd doesn't want anyone going where this path leads.
Good point.
Wonderful.
Well, now you've just filled me with dread, good sir. Thank you for that.
Or it contains secrets that he fears.
Worse.
Even worse, yes.
Also, point out
That
he's
can
the one
potentially-
doing most of the destroying. In towns as well.
True.
Yeah.
Lucky the previous site was only an illusion, as we can hope anyway.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Right, well.
Well, onwards then. But when he does that, he kind of turns to fall and punches them in the shoulder, just slyly, good job as well. But it's very awkward, and he's like, anyway. He strides onwards.
Paul was mildly startled by this. He wasn't expecting it. So he was just like, thanks.
Beatrice right behind will turn to Xavier and then do the same thing and then strut after Conrad.
Oh my god.
Sevia's really confused and then connects the dots and is like and then just continues.
Okay.
Incredible.
So, as you get to this side, obviously it's a lot more mountainous terrain. What kind of a pace would people like to be taking?
What time of day is it?
It's quite early still because you took a rest maybe half an hour from the pass for the previous night. So it's probably, I think, about 8:30ish.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's still a path that we're following as well, isn't there?
Yes.
So we're not just going up the mountain or anything.
No, not just blindly. No.
Okay, I'd assume just a normal pace then.
Yeah.
Like a medium.
Yeah, like I'm saying, Connor is striding, but he's a lot slower than he normally is. He's just behaving huffily as he normally does.
Paul is
Okay.
keeping very careful watch on their surroundings.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get someone to roll me a d20, please?
Fool, because you're being watchful, hopefully.
Oh, I hope it's a low was good because that was a nat one.
Yeah, unfortunately, low is good.
Unfortunately for you. Oh man, I hope we meet our skeleton friend again. That was so great.
Okay.
We'll be
So-
like, damn, where'd their horses go? Damn.
The first half hour passes uneventfully. Can someone else roll for the next half hour?
I'll roll.
That's the 16.
Okay. The next
Did you
half
not listen to
hour.
what we just said?
Next half hour still passes uneventfully. Okay, and you eventually reach another 5 minutes of travel, and you reach a kind of fork in the road. One path or one direction leads upwards into the further up into the mountains. The other leads downwards, and I would say who would be. So Exley, definitely. Exley, Fall, and Beatrice probably have decent enough sight that you can see that to the south is the same mists that followed you as you came into Barovia.
That is interesting.
What?
In the distance, the mist, it's similar to when we first got here. It's a fair way off.
Exley, do you know anything about these mists? Have you heard anything about them?
I have heard tales of the mists, but I was different when I came here.
It is best not to be going to the mists.
Might
Not
be
for
a way
you
out
folk.
again.
What will
Uh,
happen?
You can certainly try if you want, but it's your funeral.
What happens then? Perhaps speaking plainly would be more helpful.
Well, as a mind tear, I don't really have any personal experience with with dealing with the mists from a non-mind tear perspective.
Are they how the Mointier travel?
Yes, to an extent.
But if the mists brought us here, I'm not saying we should do anything about this, but there is a certain logic to the idea that they could send us back, or at the very least send us to not Barovia. There is a... I know it was just me misinterpreting a turn of phrase, but it could very much send us to somewhere else, like via Sigil or any of the other realms, if we went through the mists. No guarantee we'd go back home, but there is a chance we wouldn't be here.
Up to you if you want to take the 20-minute detour, but I don't think it would be a great idea.
Okay, well, probably good to keep in mind in any case.
Yes, I mean, there is if our... Not to be fatalistic, it's good to know where they are in case we fail in what we set out to do. Although from what everyone has told us, the only way to guarantee a trip back to Fierlor and not to just anywhere within the many realms is doing what we're doing now. So what way do we need to go?
It is a convenient way of ensuring that we do what others wish us to do, I suppose, on the other hand. By claiming that is the only way.
Yes.
As I said, you're welcome to try, but it's your funeral.
Casimir, how much further do you think it is to the tower?
Maybe half an hour.
Well, we are so close to this current goal. We can consider the rest later.
Like I said, it's a backup plan, at least. It would be good to... I mean, it's a backup plan in that it gets us out of here. It doesn't help anyone else.
Well,
It doesn't help any of the spirits trapped here.
the spirits trapped here, most of them, well, I don't really know. At least one of them made their choice.
What direction do we need to go in?
We take the north. We take the north road.
Right. Good.
All right.
North Road, then.
All right. So, can someone roll me one more d20,
Strahd
please?
onwards again.
Sylvia has a
Sure,
grumpy-
I will.
Also, is the north road the up or the down?
It is up.
Cool.
Yeah.
11.
11. Yeah. So things go reasonably well.
No skeleton friend.
I might have Fall kind of like sidle up to Conrad and be like, can I talk to you for a moment? Let's go to the back of the group.
he likes, but okay, yes, and he'll slow his footsteps until we fall to the back of the group.
Also, Fall will also slow his pace to meet him.
Beatrice is Strahd to the front.
Oh, nice. Right, so you heard what the Mointiers said, that they can travel through the fog. I've been wondering a long time exactly why we're here. And it could possibly be that they are the ones that stole us here. They're the ones that are orchestrating the prophecy.
You are... Yes, you are correct. I did find the prophecy very much convenient for their own purposes. Certainly they appear to be opposed to Strahd, which is naturally puts them on the same footing as us. However, it does not put us on the same footing in terms of them utilizing us for their games, which is admirable on their behalf. But yes, when you put it that way, that has been partial concern I have had myself.
Yes.
Especially when their claim is that it was not possible for us to travel back as they can because we are not Mointier. But if we help them with killing an admittedly terrible person, well, a person who has behaved terribly to us, then perhaps we may get obtain freedom. It is certainly not attacked. It is not good to trust them. Not good to trust Strahd, of course, as well, but I would not trust the Mointier myself.
Most definitely.
I am glad we are of the same thought there. It is suspicious.
Yes, I've thought for some time that if we can try to find out a reason why we're here, then it could help. I still have no idea why myself or any of us are here, but maybe we have a how. And who?
They have mentioned previously that many others have tried. I mean, presumably people like 42 has been used in combat against that. Not entirely sentient or... Well, he has been used as a weapon for that. And Esmeralda has supposedly fought against Strahd, but that has no bearing on why we have been here or any previous travelers that they have repeatedly mentioned.
Yes, it makes no sense.
The only thing that I can suggest is that perhaps we have some bearing not being from here, which is why they wish to consistently utilize people from outside. The true crux of the matter and what will be leveraged for us in future against Strahd and against others is what that point is, what makes us useful to them apart from insubstantial meat to throw to slaughter.
Yes, yes. I can't see what use I'd have whatsoever and what reason they could have for choosing me except as a form of punishment. But there must be something, so perhaps if we can figure it out.
Yes, it is, well, it would be good. It is, we must keep our wits about us.
Yes. Yes. First we must make it through this.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. You may speak.
I was thinking, we've had some poor luck with combat in the past, and I know that typically a military tactic would be for us to appoint a leader and a second in command so that we don't have everyone running off and throwing themselves into danger recklessly or not running away when some people want to. So,
but of course, a boss and a subordinate are important in any kind of family tactics or combat tactics. I don't have much experience with military, but if you want to get people to do what you want, it's good to have a leader in charge and a subordinate to enforce their will. Yes.
One that if the leader doesn't make it, yes. I was thinking that perhaps you could propose the idea. Possibly you and Beatrice would do well in either position, but I'm not really sure myself.
Okay. Interesting. That would be good to discuss.
Yes.
Yes. A good suggestion.
I think it would be best if you put the idea out there.
Of course. Well, after all, I am most suited to directing others, so I suppose raising the question itself would be, yes, very good. Excellent. We shall broach this before we approach the tower. Good suggestion, and be watchful. Now, Fall, I would hate for this to get to anyone else. I would like to, I shall share with you a secret. 42 and I are keeping eye on Casimir. I believe we both are concerned that he may not have good intent and may be looking for something for his own gain, whether that be for his own gain in the Mointier's purposes, or perhaps even for Strahd, or for his own angle. 'Tis good to keep an eye out. All we know at this point is that he can cast the fire spell that Sevia can cast. And that is all. So, worth being watchful.
I agree. I will do my best to keep watching. Yes, if we can all work together for this mission, then perhaps that can stop him from undermining us.
Precisely. Efficient working together is, after all, what is going to get us out of here. At least, if everyone is being used to their full potential. Good talk. Thank you, Fall.
Thank you.
He awkwardly pats you on the shoulder and strides ahead again.
So.
Meanwhile, up the front, Sevia is asking Beatrice and Exley to name all the tree species that we pass. And she's like, fascinating. And what kind of animals live in those?
So.
Just doing that.
Yeah. So, you make your way to this opening within the mountain. Casimir says, "We are here." All of you sense what feels like the presence of a great evil here.
Awesome.
Yeah. It is also incredibly cold. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe anyone has cold weather gear.
I have a jacket.
I've got a jacket.
I've got a cloak.
I've got blankets in my bag. I've got sheets.
Like extreme cold weather.
No.
So,
I have mushrooms.
okay.
I suppose it's not really relevant to
I have a really small bag of sand.
Okay.
Took a hand in it. Keep it warm.
So,
Yeah.
can I get everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Alright.
Okay. Better roll than I have been. Good.
Saving.
Oh no!
Oh no, Fall, you scantily
Well, I
clad
have
little,
made it
you scantily
canonical
clad
that
little twink.
They hate the cold.
Okay, so
That was a nat
Celia,
1.
15.
15. Beatrice,
19.
Conrad,
19.
Exley.
16.
Okay, so everyone is fine
Fall.
except for Fall.
1 plus 1.
I mean,
2.
okay, yeah, so your total is 2, so yeah, you definitely fail. So you get, you gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Alright.
So, for reference, 1 level of exhaustion means that you have, I believe it is simply a disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
Attacks and saves are still fine, but ability checks, so skills and the like.
Yeah, because you're too cold. You shivering.
Yes, you feel
Or
the
just, like,
cold.
starts shivering violently, just like hunched in on
Yes.
himself.
Yeah. You don't have cold resistance, do you?
No.
No.
They're fireball person.
Tieflings are opposite.
Yeah. Okay, so let us bring up which of these is the lower. Okay, so I'm going to share the map of the Amber Temple.
Okie dokie. Is it like really windy as well as cold?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not windy enough to require cause any real issues. But it is
Oh, I do not like the look of
Oh boy.
some of the
spooky looking temple map.
in this thing.
I suppose while we're contemplating that map, we can't really. Oh yes, everyone, Casimir and Esmeralda, you can continue to stand there. We need to talk briefly.
Okay.
Cora looks very silly because he's very pink cheeked because it's very cold.
Yeah.
He's got the coat his cloak like swaddled around him.
Stevie is gonna huddle up to Fall like penguin style and just kind of lean into their side.
Nice. We'll look a little like surprised at me, like, oh yeah, nice.
Excellent.
Leans in too.
So, it has come to attention that we are to undertake potentially a very dangerous expedition, that it would be most needful to appoint a leader of the party and presumably a subordinate in regards to that. Now, of course, I believe this should be something that everyone discusses. I, of course, do have a considerable amount of influence and combat tactical skill, but I believe that's something that we should establish before we enter here so that we know if there's a chain of command in case something goes wrong.
Okay, that.
We
Yes,
have to see. We have to see what kind of influence you have here.
I have saved you multiple times. I am quite good at up and front combat, and many of my tips have made your attacks more effective.
Well, why are we not including Esmeralda and Casimir in this conversation? Certainly, they have more experience than most of us.
True. However, they may have other vested interests in this area. Perhaps not Esmeralda directly, certainly Casimir.
That is fair, yes. I don't trust him very
Yes,
much.
I think we should band together in case Casimir tries to derail the mission.
Yes, excellent point, Fall.
Is he like part of this conversation?
Oh, no.
We pushed him out.
Okay.
we told them to stand aside.
We're in like a little huddle, like 10 feet to the left.
Group huddle.
Actually, for reference, can people drag their tokens from their character sheet onto the map?
Oh
boy.
Oh,
We can do that.
What?
Oh gosh.
Oh, the map has gone weird.
Yeah, I can't see the map now.
I
It's
have
gone grey.
I have blanked out most of the map other than.
Oh, I get you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just right at the front.
So yeah, you should be down the bottom of the map.
Where
The
am I?
okay.
Oh, I cannot
What?
see any.
Not working.
Yeah.
I'm suffering.
It's moved down to the bottom so we can't reach it. Okay. Let's
You can click and drag the map.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
My token just won't go on. How do I do
Yeah,
that?
we don't have access to put our tokens down.
Okay. Okay. Well, continue your conversation. I will try to work this out.
Darby will work out the technical difficulties for us.
Yes. Welcome to online playing.
Yes. So,
Well, certainly I believe that if we are going in here with the idea that someone should be able to make calls and lead us if something goes wrong, I certainly believe we should have that in place. I think it should be Beatrice.
why Beatrice?
Beatrice sort of starts at that suggestion.
Well, no offense to anyone present, but of all of us, barring maybe Exley, she certainly seems to keep her head the coolest in confrontational situations. And unlike Exley, she has far more experience in combat than most of us do. She knows how to be stealthy. She knows how to keep herself hidden. I know you can do that too, Conrad, but you have a certain flair for panache that Beatrice avoids in certain situations.
And is someone who keeps to themselves and takes their own opportunity attacks in secret for their own benefit really befitting of a leader?
Is someone who
I've not seen
barricades
much
themselves
team
in
play.
rooms and screams at us much of a leader either. I'm just saying, Conrad, arguments can be made. Beatrice followed that plan when we were fighting Strahd to get to the church. She was one of the only ones of us who killed a vampire.
That was... what happened with Strahd was not...
Yes, but I'm just saying it's an option, Conrad, unless you were going to offer up, I don't know, Fall as a leader. I do think you're a good option, Conrad. I'm just saying you are not the only one.
During this whole sort of interlude between Celia and Conrad, Beatrice is just standing there with her head sort of cocked in that way that like birds do, and she's sort of looking at everybody with one eye, and it's just like there is an air of suspicion that she is like, oh, what is going on here?
For the most part, that's exactly what Exley is doing as well. Except just without the suspicion, because he cannot show emotion. So he's just observing.
Full looks uncomfortable with how things are going. And they'll be like, I think it's important for us to have a leader and a second in command, so that, say, if we need the order to retreat, we will all retreat, and so that no one will go off on their lonesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Having both, having a second in command can be so if the leader dies.
Well, then in that case, is it not just a matter of which of Beatrice and Conrad wants to be the leader and who wants to be the second in command? I certainly don't want to be the one making any calls.
Me neither.
Exley?
While I agree I would be the best fit for the role, it is not what I want.
So then the question really is which of you or Beatrice wants it. If the idea is, unless you offered this as a vote situation, but,
yes.
if it's just a matter of who is the most experienced, then you and Beatrice can have a discussion about who should be the leader and who should be the second in command should the leader fall. I don't see why this was framed as a voting situation.
I see. Yes. I hope. He looks very unsettled after the previous thing was brought up already.
I'm sorry if I've... Well, I'm just... Yes, whichever you wants it more, really. I'm happy to follow anyone.
Yeah, but you suggested Beatrice first, so clearly you have a preference, Sevia. That is not really a correct statement to say you don't mind, because you clearly do, because your knee-jerk reaction, as with much of your combat tactics, was to go for Beatrice.
Yes, it was. Because I feel like she often doesn't speak up for herself in some of these situations. And also it felt like you were offering yourself with not a lot of other options, Conrad. I'm not saying you're a bad one. I'm saying I wanted the others to be noted. Anyway.
Beatrice.
Yes.
There has been conversation about you taking a leadership role, but you have not spoken up. Is this something that you want?
I'll admit, I do not like the idea of being leader. But I am happy to be second in command, should anything go wrong. And I do take offense, Conrad, at you saying I do things for my own benefit. When you came to me offering some sort of alliance right back at the beginning.
Yes, that is what we should all be doing. Alliances are the best for all. And you, Beatrice, are the one who was, I thought we understood each other most plainly. You said you do things for coin.
I do. I never said anything about not doing it. My motivations are very clear. They always are. Yours? Maybe not so much.
I see. Well, point raised then. Perhaps we should just do what benefits ourselves the best.
Well,
all right. He starts getting out his daggers to start polishing them.
Sevia looks at Fall as if to be like, I fucked up, didn't I?
Fall's just looking there like, oh, come on. This did not go well.
Conrad, it seems the consensus is that you're the leader.
It does not sound like that to me, actually, but...
Well, you offered it, and now it's your job, so what's our plan? I'm not going in there without one.
Well, Casimir's interest, all he says that he will know what he wants when he finds it. So, the best portion of tactic would be to be as stealthy as possible, to stick together as much as possible, especially if that bastard turns around and finds what he wants and then decides to trap us somewhere, or to blast one of those fire spells at us. And that's it.
Meanwhile, are we looking for the Sword of Sunlight?
I believe we did not even know what we had come here for, except for to assist Casimir. So hopefully, whatever he wants, we will be able to find first. For it is probably also what we want.
Well, he's looking for a source of magic. We're looking for a weapon. I mean, there is a possibility they're the same thing, but should we not keep our eyes peeled in case they are separate?
Certainly.
Okay.
Well. Good. Well, great chat. I will speak with Casimir and Esmeralda, and he scurries off to them instead.
Celia lets out a really long breath and just goes, I really messed that one up, didn't I?
I will admit, you do have a unique way with words.
Thank you, Exley.
You are most welcome.
It's okay.
Well, you weren't exactly kind to him.
I never said that I wasn't.
The front facade of the temple is carved into the sheer mountainside. The structure's front facade seems to be 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall statues. Each of these statues is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless, hooded figure. Each one's hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase leading down. Conrad, it is this stairway that you see Casimir and Esmeralda looking towards as you approach them.
So, feel anything yet, Casimir?
Only the aura of this place.
Is much like the aura of everywhere here for me.
Can you not feel it? It is darker than even elsewhere in Barovia here.
Perhaps. Although it does also feel like much power. So I suppose the 2 things are always quite intertwined. Anyway, well, we shall, so any particular magical caution the 2 of you are concerned of? That is not my area of expertise, unfortunately.
If anyone has any methods of detecting magic, I suggest that they have it ready and that we proceed with caution in everything we do.
Yes, I presume a stealthy approach is what we shall be doing, not a throwing fire at a scarecrow sort of thing.
No, certainly not. The things in here might require a bit more finesse.
Excellent. Yes, good. All right. Well, we shall accompany you in a moment. I guess I'm looking at the picture of the map here. It's like lots of like rubble and like rocks everywhere and stuff. Yeah, Darby.
Yes.
So Conrad's gonna step out and he's going to find somewhere where he can put his suitcases and stuff and try his very best to cover them up with rocks and crap like that.
Okay. I'm going to say...
So you cannot carry those in there.
You have proficiency with deception, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Roll me a...
Forgery, disguise.
This would be your skills. So deception you have proficiency in. So roll me, rather than a charisma deception, a strength deception. So this will be your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Okay. Unless deception is an expertise for you, in which case it's double your proficiency bonus.
No, I don't think it is. I can't see
it is
that
not.
It is. No, yeah. That's fine. Okay, so it's my roll plus my strength modifier?
Plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, cool.
So a grand total of +5.
So +5. All right, that's all good. Yeah. So I rolled a 12, so a 17.
Okay. You get the feeling that they're reasonably well hidden.
Okay, cool.
I just realized that that's actually better than a regular deception check for you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, excellent, cool. So that's what he busies himself with, while I presume the rest of the party approach as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we get closer, does anyone mention that we want to detect magic around that place? I guess CB is going to walk up. Like, so, any plans?
I look at Conrad.
Oh, yes. It would be good if you used some kind of magic to see if there were other kinds of magic earlier at the fire, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Yes, it would be good to make certain that you have that ready as well when we approach the temple. There does seem to be some kind of energy coming from it.
Right.
Magical, I presume.
It takes me about 10 minutes to cast it, but I can do it for the entrance.
I suppose if we are concerned, we shall have to wait then for you to do it. At this point, neither Esmeralda nor Casimir are concerned, although they may not have the same capabilities you do in that regard.
Right.
I'm guessing you don't have it prepared.
I have it as a ritual.
Yeah, so you don't have it prepared, but you can still cast it but only as a ritual.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it is only an action. So,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, I only have it as a ritual.
Fair enough.
Well, I can start preparing that now and then have the end of 10 minutes if we want to do that. Depends how close you want me to get.
Maybe useful to see if Esmeralda and Casimir approach the entrance first, and if anything happens to them. That's the easiest way of testing, after all. But perhaps when we enter, it may be best if we find a place that feels stronger with that energy, we use it for that.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I think.
We can definitely do that, because from where I'm standing, the only other option is I get right up in that entrance and try and do as far in as I can, but depending on how far down that staircase goes, I might not be able to tell you very much.
Yes, so getting closer would be good. Good.
Okay. So what are you doing collectively?
Before we go in, Eggley is going to grab half a dozen small rocks from the ground.
Okay.
Good idea.
CB is going to pull out her quarterstaff.
Okay.
I guess Paul's also going to ask Casimir, any idea on numbers, layout?
I'm not sure, no. I've not been here before. I only know it from histories.
Great, all right. Thanks.
Beatrice
Yes.
prepares her bow.
Okay. Yes, Zoe.
Would there have been any stories about the Amber Temples in Fierlor and all the stuff about Barovia?
Roll me a history check.
Ooh, which is my good dice tonight? Ooh. That's a 23?
Not quite enough. This is pretty obscure for anywhere out. It's obscure enough in Barovia. Having not learned the history of Barovia, it is incredibly obscure.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Yeah. All right. So, what would you like to do?
Well, Casimir's the one who wants to go in.
Are we ready to descend?
Yes.
Suppose so.
All right. So, icy steps descend 10 feet to a time-ravaged hallway with slits in the walls. Beyond the hall lies a vast sepulchral darkness. I will just reveal this area in the map. And
Ooh, this is very fun happening in real time.
yeah. So can everyone place themselves within as far into the room as they would go initially. Casimir would probably. Oh no, that's Exley. Whereas someone else moved Esmeralda. That's why I was confused.
Very small icons.
For audio listeners, it is very fun watching our little icons just yum around this map.
Yeah.
It's
Might be a
quite
good one to watch the video of.
Yeah. This is Fantasy of Fantasy Grounds, in which I mean that I am using Fantasy Grounds and purchased a license and the module for it.
It's quite delightful.
Yes.
Once CB is like in the room, and near the doorway, she's going to 10 minutes detect magic.
Okay.
Which is a lot of her muttering and moving her arms and making lots of weird hand gestures and such.
Yeah. At the end of that, so, at the end of that, no, we've still got a little bit of time before it's been another hour. So you do. What's the range on detect magic?
30 feet.
30 feet.
But is blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
Okay. So there's nothing in the immediate vicinity to set it off, but you do have it for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, so basically from now, wherever I go, I can be like, magic.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. That's in character.
So what we need you to do is just go for a full sprint around the perimeter.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
Yep.
So,
I can't detect anything in here.
Good.
So we can move forward. I can detect things for another 10 minutes before I need to cast this again.
Just below where Fall is at the moment, is that an opening?
there is no opening below Fall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll just make a bit
I think
more
there
of
is
that
one to
wall,
the right,
actually.
possibly.
Yeah, so there is an opening far across to the right and an opening to the left.
Okay.
And then there is, of course,
That'd be great if a statue will look at it.
yeah. So you should be able to see there are actually 3 doors in this south. Let's see.
Is it all lit inside Derby, or is it dark?
It is.
Windows, or are there lights burning, or anything?
It is dimly lit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Conrad might have to squint.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone with anyone
see,
without dark vision
The 2 humans.
would.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Right. Looks clear for now.
Yes.
Yes, there are 3 doors that you can see, and there is a pair of staircases that go down.
Well, any feeling, Casimir?
Not as yet.
Okay, time to do a precautionary sweep of the area then, I suppose. Right. Best to check one of the doors first, I suppose.
Alright, so which door are you going to go for first? Because there are 3.
Whatever door we choose, I choose one of my friends to go through it first.
That's fair. I assume, like, kind of look at the left one that's closed. Does it have a keyhole?
This one.
Is it locked?
So this is 15. So the door is closed. You can examine it to see if it is locked. It does not appear to be locked.
Okay. He like tries to peep through the keyhole. Can he see anything?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That one was okay. I hate to ask this. Would this have to be a disadvantage because it's dim light?
No, it's just yes, because of the dim light.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't see. That's all right. It's a shame. So that one was a 17 that I rolled plus the thing, and the other one was a 19. Okay. So 17. So 23.
23. So you make out the figures of 6 humanoid shapes and one large wolf-like shape within this room.
Cool. He's just going to keep peering through that to see if there's any movement in there or anything.
Okay, there are also like...
and if anyone approaches, he's just going to put his hand up like that.
There are also the little bits of flickering torchlight at different points.
Okay, so he's going to very intently observe that for a period of time.
Okay.
While he's doing that, where are the other doors? There's the one to the right
on
of
the other
us.
side. Yeah.
So one just
the other side of
just
the
to
room.
the
There's some stairs.
So one just to the south of where Fall is at the moment, and then one all the way to the right.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, little white box is.
Yeah. Stevia's gonna go over to the one next to Fall, and she's just gonna hold her hands up to it without touching it. Can she detect magic through it?
Okay.
Like, she should be able to if it's just a wooden door, but is there magic on the other side?
So, there does not seem to be any magic that you can detect.
Okay.
Okay.
She's going to lean over to Fall and say, well, there's nothing magic on the other side of this one.
That's a good sign. I'll see if I can look in there.
Quite, I'll go check the other door, see if there's any magic there.
All right, stay
She's going
safe.
to... Dang it, you too. And then she's going to go over to the one all the way on the right
All
And
right.
Slee is going to follow Xavier.
and detect magic through that door.
All right. So, keeping in mind, this door is open.
She's a couple feet back.
Yeah.
Beatrice is going to move into the in between,
Yeah.
like directly in the middle of everyone.
You do have, you do have some visibility. So I'll open up some of that room to be visible for you. This room, from what you can see, there does not appear to be any magic that you can see here.
Okay. What can I see anything in the room?
Do you enter the room?
Can I get right up to the doorway and just squint really hard?
That'll probably do enough of a trick to reveal it.
She does that thing where you like move your glasses in and out to kind of help you see better.
Zoom in.
Really hard. Yeah, we use
All
Zoom.
right. So, this room is featureless, except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east, and empty torch sconces along the wall. Double doors of amber stand open to the north and west. Single closed door lies just south of the western set of double doors.
Okay.
Of course, you being the pyromaniac you are, know that that the torches could be lit.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my little spell book out.
Which would provide you with some light. Oh, sorry, they're empty sconces, so they don't even have the torches. So.
Very good. I do
But
have
if anyone has torches,
I do have another spell we could use, but that would require dropping detect magic. Actually,
I have candles, actually.
question.
yeah.
Beatrice
Do I
has
have to drop detect magic if the other spell I'm casting is a cantrip?
Is it a concentration spell?
Detect magic or the other one?
The other one.
Well, dancing lights is concentration.
Yeah,
Then
so
yes.
you can't.
Okay, cool.
You can't have two
Then-
concentrations.
Instead, I'm gonna, because message is not concentration.
No, it is not.
So I want to send a message to Conrad.
Okie dokie.
Just
Okay.
without having to go across the room, just being very quiet, like, Conrad, it's Sevia. I'm at the right hand door. There are other doorways through here, but I don't want to enter without knowing what you want to do first.
Okay. Conrad will kind of startle a bit and then kind of like the glare through the door like that he's been peering through, and then kind of like turn around and see where Sevia is, and then
Yeah, she's just
Go over to
standing
her.
near the other door looking at him, but with like one hand on her temple.
Okay. He walks up to her. Yes, so so no magic in there. There appear to be
No.
figures in the door that I was looking through. Do not know if they are shapes or
Well,
things.
before we explore any further, do you want me to see if they're at least magical?
I suppose.
Just before I go back over there, this room, there's nothing magic in here, but there are other doorways. There appear to be empty places for torches and a pit in the floor. If we go in there, we should be careful.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know if it's decay or if it was perhaps ritualistic.
Not much to be seen down there, I imagine, but all right, well, I can have a look inside, I suppose. If you don't see any magic there, then it's just up to practical tactics. All right, good.
Yes.
Now, interesting point of order with message. It has a range of 120 feet. Now,
Yes.
it would have been fine. You could have moved like the 10, 20 feet to get in range, but the thick squares are 10 feet.
Oh.
So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Big room, guys.
Oh, it's a huge room.
Oh my god.
The smaller squares
Yeah.
are usually about 5-6 feet.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, this is a
so-
very big temple.
So every time we're crossing between doors, it's just
Yeah.
So it's
So-
like, I'll walk on
so that
back
is-
over and check that room.
That is within range, but just keep in mind that
Yeah.
this
It's a
room
big
is a lot
room.
bigger than we think it is.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Sevia is going to give Conrad a little nod and then go all the way back over to that room on the left and with the figures in it and put her hands up to the door without touching it and see if there's magic on the other side.
Okay. You do not see any magical auras. You do see flickering torchlight, but beyond that, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
See if you see the figures that Conrad saw.
Ooh, perception, you said?
Yes.
That's a 4, baby.
Yeah, you don't see anything besides the flickering torchlight.
And Full rolled a 9
Through the
looking
keyhole.
through their door, so probably nothing, I'd imagine.
Okay.
No.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other one, yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, nah, they're like, can't quite see through this door. Yep.
Beatrice is just standing in the middle, watching everybody sort of go back and forth. Like, this does not seem like there's any rhyme or reason. This is like, sure, cool, we'll do this.
It's fair. All right, I'm gonna stealth in the room, Darby.
With the figure, on
No, I'm not.
on the right.
Not
Yeah, no.
the other one.
Sevia's
Okay.
gonna like turn around to tell Conrad what she's found and he's just gone.
Depends how well I roll for stealth.
So, to repeat from before, the room is featureless except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east, which you can quite clearly see.
Yep.
And
I rolled a
torch
19 to
sconces.
stealth too.
Yeah. Okay, and torch sconces along the walls. Double doors of amber stand open to the north and west. So you're in the west ones, or you've come from the west ones. And a single closed door lies just south of the western set of double doors.
Okay. Cool. I don't see. He walks over to the pit. Does he see anything down there? I imagine not.
Roll me a perception check.
At disadvantage. So 19 then. And a 6 then. So 12.
12. Okay. How deep is this pit?
I am a human again, so I imagine the only thing you would see would be if it was light or anything.
There is a really faint flickering.
Okay. Interesting. And he's going to spend a bit of time, like rudimentary, like just checking the whole room to make sure that there's no traps or anything. And then he'll peer through the doorway. But he is, again, while he's doing it, he's kind of just like shooting a glance down the hallway to see what the others are doing.
Through the northern doorway you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's kind of like, while he's like looking around the whole room to see what's there, he just keeps shooting a look down the hallway, and then he'll very carefully, quietly sneak over to the doorway and have a look in.
Exley is standing in that western doorway, just waiting.
He gives Exley a nod and then points to the doorway that he's looking through, and then like sneaks over there to have a peek.
Okay. So.
I guess again, perception roll. Oh, so that's a 10 for perception for that one.
Okay. So glazed amber covers the walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open.
Word.
A closed door is in the middle of the east wall, and 3 arrow slits are cut into the wall across from it. Cracks in the black marble floor run the length of the hall.
Cool. Awesome. I'm assuming those are the things that Conrad notices with his bad perception. Because would it be quite bright in there? Is it the amber, or is it still dark?
It's a bit brighter than it was before because there is like the reflection off the amber.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'll move back then. Like, I suppose stand next to Exley and be like, okay. Looks like further way to progress through here. There may be some traps, however. I noticed some arrow points there. And then he will, I guess whisper. Okay. Over here.
Yes.
Okay. Scary.
Very well.
So, through the doorway there seems to be a coated in amber, which is very appropriate, I suppose, for the name of the temple. Does, however, seem not perhaps so sturdy, though it could just be the amber. It is not very sturdy itself. There does, however, appear to be some space for potential traps. Looks like some chutes where arrows could be put through. Pretty standard protection for most wealthy places, but so there is some passage through there. However, I suppose we should exhaust other areas. It is difficult to see much further down the rest of this area, considering these stairs and how dark it can be, at least for me. So there is some passage here. I would probably be able to get through it. Has anyone found anything else?
There's nothing magical that I've found so far. There's just a lot of doors that we don't know what's on the other side.
Yes.
Perhaps if we had a volunteer to go down the long hallway to test if there are any traps.
That would be excellent. if one of your friends were willing to volunteer, we could get a good gauge of where they are and perhaps how to disarm the traps.
8 is particularly good at finding traps.
Excellent. Good. A keen sense, I suppose I can't say eyes, a keen sense for it, or just very good at attracting traps to their person?
8 has a tendency to step on a lot of plates.
Good. One of those sorts. Well, that might be a good way to go if we believe this may be an expeditious way to continue to traverse the temple. Although if anyone else has noticed anything, that would be good for all of us.
Was there anything else in that room?
Not that I could see. Another doorway at the end of the hallway, although, presumably, if it is protected by... Again, they do appear to be like arrow shoots or something. That does imply something on the other end that is worth guarding. Otherwise, there is, of course, as you noticed, there is in this immediate room a pit of some kind. I could see some light, but I do not know what down the bottom of it.
Light? In a pit?
Yes.
I would say at this point, like by this point, certainly detect magic has gone. It's only 10 minutes that it lasts.
Well, if we want, would we be comfortable if I gave us a better look?
To the pit or to the hall?
Either. I have a spell that can provide us some light.
Well, it depends. I believe, obviously, in this hallway here, as we do not know what is in there, a little bit more dangerous. Similarly, the pit, I suppose it would be too dark for many things to crawl up. It is only concern that things may know that we are here if we have more light, but it is of no matter. Does anyone else have any good sight? Casimir, no feelings yet?
None yet, no.
All right.
Can try having a look in the hole.
Okay. Well, again, I had a look. I did not see much, but perhaps others may see more.
Right.
I see no traps in this room.
Excellent. I'll go to the hole and I will look down.
Okay.
So,
roll me a perception check at disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay, so that is a 14.
Okay. So you can't make out too many details, but you do see 3 sources of flickering light.
Okay. Can I tell if it's within 30 feet? Can I try? I want to try to reach out with thaumaturgy and see if I can make the flames a bit brighter.
It is.
I guess at this point, Cutter will come and stand by you and look over to see what you're doing as well.
So
Ixley will
it is.
inspect the hallway.
Yeah. So it's about. Yes, it is. It is 30 feet down to the floor.
Okay. Oh, cool. So it's 3 orbs of light. Or
Yeah. 3 flickering sources of light.
Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. So 30 feet down, we have 3 sources of light. Can I make them flicker and
Now,
can I make them change color?
Read to me the description of thaumaturgy
Okay.
as it applies to fire.
Oh yeah, you cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute within 30 feet.
Okay, so it doesn't say anything about magical or non-magical flames.
Nah, just flames.
Okay, so so what are you causing the flames to do?
We'll make them turn purple.
Okay. And in that moment, you see the the flickering lights come more central to the pit and start to rise as you see 3 skeletal heads.
Oh, danger! Everyone on guard!
Engulfed in flame, rising up, and that is where we're going to pick up next time. But before we go, it's been an hour. You guys have probably been here about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get everyone to roll me another Constitution saving throw, please?
Someone give me a number between 1 and 12.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There we go.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
Okay.
16.
16.
Okay.
16.
16. Good.
15.
15.
Again.
Good.
15.
Good.
18.
18. Okay. Everyone is fine. I'll just double check.
Did Mitch
Zach?
say his?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, everyone is fine. And that's the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll
See you next week, everyone.
next week.
Yeah.
Fight some skulls.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.